Hey everyone, Ryan here with Plague Scythe Studios, and as of a few days ago, the channel hit a couple pretty cool milestones simultaneously. So we're at 5,000 subscribers and 500,000 views. So huge thank you to all of you that have hopped on board in the past few months, and especially big thank you to those of you that hopped on early and have stayed with us for the past year. So greatly appreciated. As I said from the get-go, I don't care about numbers in the least. This is all about getting entertainment and hopefully some educational content out there, and if a few people enjoy it, that's enough for me to keep doing it, and it makes me that much happier that a lot of people seem to be enjoying it. And a lot of people that, you know, I recognize comments over several videos, especially the past 6 months or so, where I see recurring users and see that they keep up, and that's a pretty cool feeling. So thank you very much for those of you that have stuck around and watched everything and given constructive feedback. That's why I'm going to continue doing this, because I very much enjoy it, and I very much like that community interaction, because it's easy to look at, you know, people who do content creation for a living and think, yeah, I'm not doing jack shit compared to them. 500,000 views is one bad video for some people. But the way that I view it is that there's really no other avenue that I could pursue to reach 5,000 real people in real life, especially with something like this. It's such a specialized topic. So through the power of the interwebs, it's a pretty cool feeling to be able to, you know, get to interact with people and get some stuff out there, and having millions and millions of cumulative minutes watched. You know, that's still a pretty decent accomplishment, I would say. So, and that's all thanks to you guys. Again, very much appreciated. I haven't done like a channel update video, you know, talking about what's been going on, what I'm thinking about doing, stuff in the making, that sort of thing. I used to do like a every few months update, but I decided that I'll just stick to whenever I feel that it's necessary, and it's getting about time, I figure anyway. So I thought I would take this opportunity with the milestones hit and kind of talk about some stuff going on recently, some content I have planned, and yeah, just a few other random things here and there. So first things first, I released my first cover a couple months ago to some pretty good reception. I covered Black Label Society, Stillborn, played all the instruments, obviously programmed drums. I can't play drums worth of shit. But that included vocals, so that's the first thing I've ever given out to the public, or made public at least, that I'm performing vocals on. I'm not a singer. I can hit notes, but you know, guitar is my instrument. I never had a passion for singing. It's just one of those things that I kind of have forced myself to do in the past few years, mainly because it's another one of those instances of I can't find anyone else to do it. I might as well learn it myself. I don't think I'm all that great at it, but competent enough to be able to do stuff like that. And of course, doing these kind of covers is ultimately on this journey to make myself better at it, and learning music production and vocal production. That's the thing I'm the weakest at, personally, at least what I think. So thanks for all the support on that. There's another one in the making. I'm about 60% the way through filming it and recording it. And then I've not done vocals yet, so that'll be fun. I've been practicing like every day on the way home, driving, getting there, definitely getting there. I've got a bass line. You know, I always track it out when I'm programming drums, and get, you know, kind of the scratch tapes laid out, and I've got something laid down, but it's not what I want to use for the final take. And obviously I'll be doing that recording. The way I do it recording, the way I did that video, is that you're hearing the best parts of while I'm recording live. So you're seeing a video and I'm recording while recording the video, you know, recording audio while I'm recording video, but the video you're seeing may not necessarily be the audio you're hearing, because I record several takes and then just mash up what's the best sounding version. I think that's the most legitimate way to do it. With that kind of content, it's always a difficult balance between being professional sounding and being honest with your viewers, and it's a very fine line. So I try to be as open as I can be about, you know, not faking anything, and what you're seeing me play is what I'm playing. I'm definitely not the kind to go sit in the woods somewhere unplugged and call it a playthrough. That bugs me to no end, but that's a rant on its own. So I call my videos covers, not playthroughs, because they do have extra production at the end. A playthrough to me is a guy sitting in front of his camera, and what you record is what you record, and that's it. So that's the difference in my mind, but I'm working on it. Hopefully it will be within the next 2 or 3 videos that will come out. And my hope's to do, you know, a cover every 6 to 8 weeks, something like that, just to, again, build my strengths and just cover stuff that I have gear for and that I've always wanted to do. Probably every 3 to 4 will be kind of a one-off, something that you may not expect that I would even like, but just to stretch my musical limbs and that sort of thing. And I'm going to leave this all in because I want you people to experience this. I kind of have this master plan of taking all this archive footage and making a montage out of it one day. But these upstairs neighbors have absolutely killed music production for me, and especially video production. It's unreal. So every little, I don't even mind the squeaky floor too much, but like they just walk around like, I don't know, like they're elephants or something. I don't get it. So that's been annoying. It definitely contributed to some stress levels while making videos. So yeah, there's that. Another thing I got suggested on a video was I asked during my Jackson RR3 EMG restoration videos, which will be showing up on cover videos, if people would be interested in seeing maybe like dyeing the rosewood fretboard a darker color, because that's one thing that does annoy me on that guitar now, is that the fretboard does stand out compared to the rest of the guitar. So did get some positive reinforcement on that, so I bought some of this leather dye and we'll be trying it out at some point. I think I want to try it on my bass first, not my decent one, the Rogue $120 bass, whatever I paid for it. If that screws up, I won't be terribly sad about it. So we'll try that eventually. So look for that content, be a nice little bonus part to that. I got a lot of good feedback regarding the Mesa Boogie rectifier shootout, so there will definitely be more of those. Definitely with the Mark IV, that was the one that I was planning on doing next. I was iffy about the format. The way I made that video was kind of blind test, and then I'd talk about what gear was used, and then I reveal what they were, then I kind of do a mini review on each one. But it turned out well. I think I can kind of streamline the process and make it a little bit more straightforward, but I think we'll stick with that going forward. And I got to decide exactly what other pieces of gear we'll be using for that. But it should be a good time. Definitely look forward to that. I'll probably do a pedal shootout or 2, one for sure, because I'm getting one final piece of gear in that will allow me to complete that, and that'll either be pretty cool or be completely useless, which it might be useless for how similar they all are, but we'll give it a shot anyway. And then, you know, other stuff down the road. I think whether it be amp shootouts, you know, amp versus amp, all, you know, different models or something of the like. It's definitely fun to do. Not too intensive, and I think it's a good learning opportunity. It does show the importance of different equipment and that sort of thing. And they'll be interesting to do with impulse responses and cabinets and microphones and that sort of thing as well. So a lot of potential on that series. I've also read a number of comments in the past few weeks asking about the status of my original music. Like a couple VST review videos, people were saying, oh, that's a pretty cool, you know, riff. Or is there a full song of this I can listen to? Whatever. The long story short of it is no, not yet. And some of that is no, there will never be. A lot of those progressions are just stuff that I improvise and lay instruments over. It's stuff that I'm comfortable enough with sharing, that I think it showcases the product well, but it's also something that I'm comfortable with losing if someone takes it. There are elements of some of those showcases that I will be using in real music, but a lot of that is just the product of me really practicing writing riffs and stuff that doesn't, you know, make the cut, but I think is still useful for showing off products. So yeah, a lot of that just isn't going to see the light of day, unfortunately. Well, fortunately to me, because it's not up to my quality standards. But there are some songs that have been played in the background or have been jammed on for 30 to 40 seconds that are definitely being made. I've talked about a couple different projects. So the first of which is the demo that I played for the 1,000 subscribers celebration video thing. That is being worked on. There's 3 or 4 songs I'd like to release at once, but I think I might just trickle them out. I'm kind of rethinking my strategy on that. Some of it's open tune, some of it's not, but it's all 8-string related, and I definitely would like to polish a few more of those songs off when I get my custom 8-string done. So I think that'll be the first thing that I'll start trickling out when I feel it's up to par. The second of which is a Southern rock thing I've been talking about forever at this point. But I have 5 of the 6 songs I want done first. The music is done as far as I'm concerned. I would like a mastering engineer to take a look at it, because my definition of mastering is throw on a multi-band compressor and a maximizer and call it a day. It sounds good, it sounds raw, it sounds the way that I think it should sound, but there's always opportunities for improvement. I'm not done with writing lyrics, and I'm not even started vocals. I've done some scratch tapes and that sort of thing, but my plan for that is to release kind of in half. So I'd like to have one half of this project album, whatever, be the first 6 songs, and the next, a year later or whatever, be the next 6 songs. So it'd be kind of cool if I could actually get a physical cassette tape of it released, but it'd be like a front and back, like Black Album, how it has, the first 6 songs and then the last 6 songs. And it'll kind of be grouped together thematically. Although they'll still all fit together and gel within the same theme. It would just kind of be a change in mood halfway through, I guess. So that's what I'm working on. I want to have the first 6 out by the end of this year. No guarantees. If I didn't have a full-time job, I could tell you I'd have it done in 3 months, because I would focus on it. But it's one of those things where it's not just the 9 to 10 hours a day that I spend dedicated to work or getting there or whatever. Then after that, I got all this other shit that I got to catch up on, and I just don't have time to do it between this channel and trying to have some semblance of a life, which I don't do a great job of, but it just keeps getting pushed out there, and I work on it when I feel passionate about it. And I think that's the right thing to do. It does create better quality stuff, just at a slower rate, which sucks. But again, I'm not trying to make money on it. It's a passion project, and if people enjoy it, great. If not, I don't really care. The Southern rock thing specifically, I don't think would gel mostly with this audience. It's weird. It's a little simplistic and down to earth on purpose, and you'll get it if and when it ever comes out. So that's a topic for later. But the progressive stuff, I definitely would like to let you guys hear, and there will be opportunities to donate cash if you feel like it. There will also be opportunities to hear it for free if you do not have said funds or don't think it's worth spending, because that's totally legit. So just stay tuned. It'll happen when it happens. And speaking of the briefly mentioned custom 8-string, that is coming along very well. I haven't made an update video in some time. The second video came out fairly quickly after the first, because a lot happened between there and then. Yeah, I really couldn't believe that we'd progressed that far, and I can't believe we're progressing as far as we are now. I say we, but really it's me saying, yeah, I want that thing on my guitar, and I want that thing there, and Onofre is doing all the work. But yeah, go check out those videos if you're not caught up. But definitely a very cool project. We've got it pretty much ready to start building. Templates and hardware layouts, all that good stuff's pretty much done. And he's started on slicing and dicing, finalizing some of the real build materials as of today. So when we get some construction underway, and I feel like it's ready to start showing off, then I'll make a video of it. And hopefully that'll be within the next couple of weeks. So definitely look forward to that. At this rate, we might beat the August deadline, honestly. I was expecting middle of August. Are you serious, people? It's unreal. But yeah, we might get it at the beginning of August rather than the end, which is what I was kind of planning on. Of course, that depends on his orders. If he gets a lot of stuff in and he has to balance out orders, then mine might fall behind a little bit. But nonetheless, this is still at a lightning speed compared to what I would get with pretty much any other mass manufacturer, and it's a very close-knit relationship. We video talk, and he sends me pictures constantly. Is this how you would like this done? Or if you got a different idea, let me know. Or I suggest this, and it's going to be such a better product than I could have possibly imagined, because of his foresight and cooperation and wanting to make a guitar that fits me perfectly. So I'm so excited to get it in my hands. Just seeing the body blank, he made a mahogany blank of the body after we made a couple dimensional changes, and I'll tease it here for you. But seeing that was like, oh my God, this project is actually happening. I cannot wait to you know, get to feel that and play it. So that's going awesomely, and look forward to making some more content on it. And this last section I've tried to talk about for the past 10 minutes, but I guess my upstairs neighbors are wearing concrete shoes today, so I'm just going to truck through this portion. This is kind of a non-issue as of right now. It kind of has been, and I foresee it staying that way, but it's kind of why I debated even talking about it. But at my current pace of updates and that sort of thing, I think it's a decent idea to give a heads up just in case something does happen. So if in a couple months, 2 or 3 months, there's a sudden blackout of the channel and you don't hear or see from me for a couple weeks, don't panic. I'm not dead. I will be back, but it may be at a new location. So not to say there's exactly trouble in paradise. I'm just not 100% sure about my my future at this particular place. And I don't mean like living in this apartment. It's just I came up for a particular job, and the details of said job might be changing soon. We'll see. Do you hear this? This is getting picked up, right? On one of these mics. Has to be. This is exactly what I'm talking about. As I was saying, my career path might just take a small little detour in the next few months. Not a good or bad thing. It's just something that I got to keep an eye out for. And if there's no news about that in a few months and there's no content for a little while, that's why I'll be back. I'm not just like rage quitting or anything like that. So I thought I would just throw that out there. I'm not in like danger or anything. You don't have to offer Patreon or anything like that. Just wanted to get that out there just in case. And that's pretty much it. 5,000 subs isn't exactly like a throw a party metric. 10,000 will be pretty cool, I think, adding another digit. But yeah, I mean, it's still 5,000 individuals that think my stuff is somewhat decent. So it's appreciated nonetheless. So with that, hope to see you in another 500,000 more views or so, and on some videos that aren't such technical shit shows. Apologies for the past few videos. Seems like every one of them have had some problem. We'll try to straighten that out going forward. So that's about it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.